What's going on, you guys? I hope everyone had a good New Year's. I hope 2021 will be better, but I feel like things are going to be crazier than 2020, but hopefully I'm wrong. But anyways, everyone's been asking me what's been going on with the Stang. Why aren't we seeing any videos? And mostly that's because the car's been down. We have an issue with it, and today we'll go look at it and hopefully fix it because I want to drive this thing. It's been a couple weeks and I don't know. If your car breaks down, fix it right away because once it goes down, it's gonna stay down. You know, life gets busy. But yeah, let's go check it out. Well, I guess the first thing to do is take the car cover off. My car is so dirty. Look at this. This is just embarrassing. So don't laugh at me, but this is how I prevent rust. I put a bunch of blankets here before a rainstorm, and I hope that it soaks up all the water, but it is a cheap fix, so who cares? So I guess I should tell you guys what's wrong with the car. I basically can't put the transmission in reverse. So on this car, to put it in reverse, you have to pull back this like lever thing, and right now it's just not engaging. It's like literally, it doesn't do anything. It just does not feel right at all. So something's going on with the linkage. I don't think it's too crazy of a thing, but it's just annoying. So I'm not exactly sure what the first step is, but I'm gonna take off that rubber boot and then take off that little metal square, and then I think there's two little bolts that you loosen and then the shifter comes out, so we'll do that. So I can't really get the carpet off without taking off the seats, and I really don't want to do that. So I think I'm gonna cut like little slits with the scissors right here to access the screws and then just pull it out, and then maybe like glue or tape the carpet back together afterwards. I think that's our best bet. So this is crazy. I think I figured out what the issue is. I don't know if it will show up on camera, but look at the shifter is not even tight. Even the rear bolt is loose too. So my plan is to tighten those two bolts, see if that fixes the issue. I'm hoping that is, because that will be so easy and I'll be happy. I'll take the car right out. But what I'll do is if it fixes the issue, I'll take it apart, grease up everything, put it back together, and then we'll be back on the road. So I just took off the bolt on the shifter, and it appears that the little bushing that was around it disintegrated. So that's one of the issues. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get a couple of these. So the next thing I'm gonna do is clean off the shifter and check out the reverse lockout mechanism and see if that's doing fine. As you can see, I lost one of the bolts and I had to use a magnet. For a second I thought I lost it, but this thing comes in handy quite often. And then I'm gonna clean up all this inside and re-grease it, make it look all pretty, and I think we'll be cooking with gas, as my grandpa says. So I brought the shifter into the garage to get a better look at it. The good news is the reverse lockout mechanism appears to be working fine. All it needs is grease. However, there is some bad news. I'm definitely gonna have to order a rebuild kit for this shifter. Let me show you what's going on. So check this out. The two bolts that hold the shifter down are stripped. Like the first like 3 threads on the tip of the bolt are completely gone. So they weren't even able to hold the shifter in place. So once we replace the 2 bolts, it's gonna be awesome. So this thing is called a trunnion. I think that's how you pronounce it. It sounds weird. I've never said it before, but I guess that's what it's called. It shows signs of wear, so that's definitely gonna need to be replaced. And like I noticed earlier, the rubber bushings need to be replaced. They completely disintegrated. So here's the shifter repair kit that I got for my car. I'm super happy it's cheap. I just hope it ships soon so I can drive my car. So now I'm gonna clean off the shifter and remove all the old grease. Definitely gonna wanna spray some degreaser on this. So go spray this down real quick. I'm also gonna wash this off because I put this on like 5 years ago and it's pretty dirty. I should've got a new one. Look at all those holes in it. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna hose down the shifter. Might have to do this a couple times. I'm gonna get a little toothbrush. This should help a bit. Well, that didn't really work at all. Okay, we're gonna spray some more degreaser on it. So while the shifter soaks in the gas, I'm gonna go inside the car and clean off where the shifter mounts and then make it all pretty. So I just finished wiping down this whole little area. It's not perfect, but I think it will be fine. So I'll grease it up in a bit. So now I'm gonna grease all in here. So the shifter's been in there for about 45 minutes. So now I'm gonna take it out and then wash it off and see if it's all cleaned. So I just finished up cleaning the shifter and it came out really nice. The actual reverse mechanism is perfect now, so that's good. So now we have to wait on the parts to come in the mail and then we'll grease everything up. So I'm pretty stoked. The package came in the mail in about a day. I ordered from National Parts Depot and their stuff always comes here pretty quick since they're up in Ventura. So the parts look pretty good. I'm gonna grease everything up and install it. So before we grease up the shifter, I want to let you guys know that I put the boot back on, and the way I did it was I put soap over the shifter and then, you know, you just push it over and it works great. So I'm also going to be using this heavy duty grease to grease everything up with. You can also tell like how worn out like the old stuff was. Look at that. It's a pretty big difference. So let's get to it. All right, now let's go install it.
Hey there, baby, sweet as can be. For your love, I beg, borrow, or steal. Beg, borrow, or steal. Beg, borrow, or steal. For a love like yours, I beg, borrow, or steal. Hey now, baby, don't you play so cold.
So things did not go to plan at all. I was about 30 seconds away from finishing the whole project. I was tightening the last shoulder bolt on the shifter and it just kept spinning. And I was like, uh-oh, something stripped. And I just kept going, but it kept spinning. So I kind of freaked out. So I called my dad over and we didn't know if the bolt was stripped or the bracket was stripped. So we decided to Dremel off the bolt to try to preserve the bracket. And it turned out the bracket was stripped. So we're gonna have to order a bunch of new parts. And I ruined the old bolts, so we're gonna have to order those too. So it was gonna be a $30 project, but now it's gonna be a $150 project. This car is gonna have to wait another week. So I guess there's gonna be a part 2 to this video and then we'll get it back on the road. But thanks for watching and all the support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.